today's mental health minute is missed opportunities, which I thought was interesting because two things that kind of triggered this. One, the MH139 video came out last week. I've shared it on my Facebook page. Awesome video. Everybody's got a GoPro mount on their helmet, which that obviously brings back some memories. But seeing that, and then I made the comment post. I don't know if we've talked about this publicly, Gonky, but you and I were pretty much going to go fly the MH139, and it was taken from us for different reasons.
Yep.
Wow. And I talked about it in the 5 things. I kind of alluded to, I had an F-22 slot that ended up not working out. And then later when Hurricane Michael, before the MH139, Gonky and I probably should have flown the F-35 because, well, we had a certain general come in and say, we'll take care of you, as any good leader should, except it didn't happen. So the mental health part of this is not to say, well, yeah, bad things happen to you, but to say, well, what happens when you have an opportunity and it doesn't work out for whatever reason, whether it's outright denied, it's taken from you, you get rejected or whatever. How do you move on? And I was thinking of sometimes there's a country music song about unanswered prayers. Sometimes you thank God for unanswered prayers because if you look at the bigger picture, and I think this is, to me, it's the easiest way to kind of cope with it, especially in the moment. Because in real time, you're like, man, life sucks. I don't know what to do. I mean, this is it's hard to believe it's going to work out. But often when you look back at that, you look, well, if I'd done that, like, let's say I'd taken the F-22 job, this channel would not exist. The books that I've written would not exist. The channel would not exist. I'd be in a totally different path in my life. And without this channel, the make them tell you no groups wouldn't exist. The people that have then become fighter pilots as a result of this channel, maybe not. I don't know, So I think when it comes to something like that and a missed opportunity, you can wallow in your own self-pity and go, man, my life sucks. Or you can reframe it. You can reframe it and go, I may not know the reason now, but I know I'm being funneled to something greater and it's going to work out. And I'll look back and go, if I'd have taken that job, I'm glad it didn't work out because this is my path. Now, in the moment, it still sings. And like right now, when I look at the MH139 video, I'm like, God, that would have been pretty fun. Or if I look at the F-35, I'm like, yeah, she ain't that good looking, but it would have been a fun jet to fly. And the ego of it. But in the end, I think a lot of people will tell you it works out. And it worked out for a reason. So Gonky, over to you, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know, I obviously I'm a Christian, and I put a lot of faith that God's got a plan for me.
Same.
I try to follow what I think, his will is for me to the best of my ability. And, like you said, Mover, I put in for the helicopter gig like you did, and it was looking good. Then it didn't happen. And I can't sit here as just a regular person and begin to understand what, a divine power has in store for me. So that's kind of how I cope with it. I'm not all knowing, but I believe in somebody that is, and all I can do is the best that I can do down here. And you talked about it, and it really is true. I won't say they're missed opportunities or failures. Maybe some of them can be failures, but those experiences will help shape you for whatever it is you're actually supposed to be doing in the future. So, I believe, God uses experiences and stuff to shape you, right? To either harden you or make you wiser, give you the experience, the tools you need to do whatever it is that you're called to do. So, that's how I deal with it and look at it. I think I've had a lot of missed opportunities in my life, right? I applied 3 or 4 times just to get into the military. Got denied a lot for various reasons, but that's kind of my take. It's very similar to kind of what you just said. I have I have a Christian viewpoint on it, but yeah, man, you got two choices, man. You can just stop or you can keep going, right? When missed opportunities happen, and like you just don't want to stop, man. Keep going, because you never know what's behind the next door. Skid, what do you think, man?
Good words from both you guys, and everyone's got their story of, there I was, or I had this chance to do this. Like, I was actually, in college, I was, applying for, I want to be a pilot, ROTC unit, right? And, things weren't looking good at one point. So I went to the Marine Air program, and the Marine Air guy, hey, we like you. You might be a good fit. Marine pilot, that'd be cool. They had some great stuff. The advertising used to have back in the day was incredible. But I had a little problem with it's called a PFT. we go out, we do this PFT, and I am dying. We need 50 pull-ups, we need 1,000 sit-ups, we need 3 miles in 2 minutes. And I come back, and I'm not, I don't know, I wasn't a decathlete, but I come back, I'm just like, he goes, Jim, we really like you. You make a great Marine officer. And so I went home, and I kind of say, hey, Dad, what do you think? My ex-naval officer, or retired naval officer. And he goes, go Air Force, just go back and try again. And things turned around. The Air Force offered me my pilot slot. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. And, I'm the luckiest. I'm the Forrest Gump kid, just smart enough to get by, get through the ringer, so to speak. But you can't let anything back to your mental health. You cannot let it get you down. You got to, everyone has their, I wish I'd done that, could have done that. You got to have an optimistic outlook. You got to look towards the future, and I'm going to do something different. I'm going to do, don't make them tell hey, your eyesight's off by a whatever. What can I do legally to get it fixed up and get it back to better without, cheating or doing, now you get LASIK and all this other stuff. So you got to try to find solace in what you've done. And even if you've tried and you've been told no, do something else. Try to, keep going forward, make life better for yourself and your family, and, be upbeat, but you can't stew on it. That's when you get into bad areas. We all know, we all have friends, and we may have done something wrong, and like, oh, they can't let it go. And when you can't let it go, then it's going to eat you up, and it's going to make you a bad person, or, feel bad inside, and you might do something, something not good. But I think, just like you said, talk to your friends and family. Don't keep it a secret to yourself. Share your mistakes. And hey, I screwed up, like the Blue Angels, right? Just glad to be here, boss. I'm just glad to be here.
Right.
I'm flying. I saw that movie. I was like, oh my God, how do they do that? That close thing. What's they call that? The very close. Oh my God.
Yankee.
I'd be. I'm out.
It's mostly the jet, Skid.
Yeah. If I had a G suit, I need a G suit when I fly my jet.
Yeah. Thanks, Skid. That was awesome.
Douglas.
Thank you, guys.
I think we're to the point now where we can use a referral back to mental health minutes. We do that in the academic business. It's like, for this point, see this article. This one sounded a lot like comparison being the thief of joy. But yeah, all three of you hit on this one piece that you have to decide whether to internalize things like this, whether to internalize missed opportunities, and take a reality check. And if you didn't have control over it, don't, like Skid said, don't let it eat you up.
Thank you.
If it's your faith or your family or your friends who let you, help you with that reality check, it's like, dude, it wasn't your fault. Move on.
Well, so I'd also point out that, forged in the fires of adversity, no one lives a utopian life. If you had, we as humans, what separates us from animals and other things is that higher level of thinking, but that some of that is derived from comparison and contrast. And so if everything were good all the time, you wouldn't know what good was, because you had nothing to compare it or contrast it to. So a lot of that building of character and appreciating the good times comes with enduring the bad times. And it's not that you have to go out and intentionally endure bad times, but you have to see the opportunity in the bad times and use it as a way to make you a better person, a stronger person, so that when the good times show up, you're able to enjoy them.
Good.